My best friend in the world and the love of my life died 6 years ago. And ever since then, I've been living with this feeling that I can't explain. And I've never told anyone about it. I don't know if it's guilt or regret or just deep grief. And I believe the reason I feel this feeling so deeply is because her dying literally saved my life. This is going to be a hard story to tell, but let me explain. I met Shelby when I was probably 10 years old. I was on the bus on the way to school, and we made a stop at a new house, and a new girl got on the bus. And she was absolutely beautiful, man. She had long blonde hair and just a big pretty smile. And she come walking back the aisle, kind of confused looking, and I invited her to sit down with me. In your real life, typical Forrest Gump and Jenny moment. And Shelby sat down with me. And the first thing I ever said to her was, "What's in your binder?" She had a little yellow binder with her. And she opened it up, and it was a printout of these cartoon characters from a cartoon called Dragon Ball Z, which just so happened to be at the time my favorite cartoon in the world. And we bonded instantly. I mean, we became friends just like that. And we stayed that way all the way through school. We made this connection, and she was like no one else I'd ever met at the time. She was absolutely hilarious. She had a great taste in music, and we stayed friends all the way up through middle school and into high school. And like young people do, we fell in love. And I was head over heels for Shelby. And I still believe to this day that she was for me too. We dated on and off all the way through high school. You know how you are when you're young, and I loved her, man. We were so close all the way through school, and somewhere out of high school, life took us two different directions. She moved away. She moved to Florida. We always stayed in touch. We always stayed close to each other no matter what. We stopped dating, but I still considered her the best friend I ever had. And she had kids. I had kids. We started growing up, and life started throwing us things that we never expected. Addiction became a huge part of mine and Shelby's life somewhere along the way. I became an alcoholic at a really young age, way before anyone ever should. And it took over who I was. I drank a fifth of whiskey every single day of my life, and I felt like I was cursed by this disease. And Shelby's life took a whole different direction in addiction. And she got into hard drugs. And we talked about it a lot. About how we could ever overcome this, how we could ever get out of this situation. But we also told each other the truth. We were very honest about our addictions, about why we did them, and how good it felt to do them. And this went on for years and years. We both fought our separate battles, and somehow I always knew in the back of my mind that Shelby was still there. Even though she was living, 800 miles away from me and struggling with her own things, she was still a part of my life. She was still a part of who I was. I got married, I had kids, and Shelby had kids and had her own life. And both of our partners knew that we were connected in a way like I knew that I would never be connected with anyone else. And I was honest with myself about that because I loved Shelby. I love Shelby. My addictions got worse and worse. And I felt as if I was cursed or something. Like I couldn't get this monkey off my back. No matter what I did, I drank more and more and more. And over a 5-year period of time or so there, I totaled every truck I had. I lied and I cheated and I stole and I became the worst version of myself that I could possibly be. I didn't know who I was anymore. I blacked out every single night. And I would get up the next day and start all over again by 1 or 2 o'clock in the middle of the afternoon until I couldn't speak anymore. I was going to die. I had gained 100 pounds. I was bloated. I was red. I could feel my body shutting down daily. Yet I still continued to do the things that I knew were killing me. And I didn't know how to get out of it. I was absolutely going to die within the year. Well, 2020 rolls around, and I guess addictions probably skyrocketed around the planet. And one afternoon, I had been out fishing, and I come home right at dark, walked in the house. Now, I had just talked to Shelby just a couple weeks ago. And we talked about how are you doing? Are you staying clean? Are you doing okay? She was doing good. And I wasn't doing good, But I come home from fishing and I walked in the house, and my wife at the time, she just had a look on her. And she immediately come over to me and put her arms around me. I said, "What's going on?" And she looked up at me and she said, "Shelby's gone." And I literally didn't understand what she said. I said, "What?" She said, "Shelby's gone." What do you mean? I needed her to explain to me what she was saying. She said, "Shelby died." And I went into a space that I've never felt before. I was lost in my mind immediately. Shelby overdosed and died. And I didn't know how to process this. I walked outside in the dark, and I just laid down, man, and I just looked at the sky and thought, how is this even possible? I just talked to her, man. We just had a conversation. The next few months after that are a blur for me. I don't know if it's just because I went off the absolute deep end. I started drinking as hard as you can possibly drink. I don't know if that's why. I almost don't remember the 3 or 4 months after Shelby passed away. And now that it's been some years, maybe it was a trauma response or something, but the few months after that, I was lost. I was just gone. And I went very, very deep into drinking. And depression took over like I've never felt, to the point that, I was contemplating taking my own life. And within, I guess, probably a 5 or 6 month period after Shelby died, I was so erratic and so lost. My family intervened and demanded that I quit drinking, and that something has to change, something has to be done. And it did. Within 6 months of Shelby dying, I started getting sober. I took my last drink in November of 2021. And it took me years to process all of this. And it's only been recently that it dawned on me that I would have died if Shelby hadn't died. And that is an unbelievable thought to have to try to process. And I don't know how. Because if Shelby had lived, I don't know that I would have went so deep. You understand what I'm saying? If Shelby hadn't overdosed, I would have continued to drink like I was drinking. I would have just continued on the path that I was on, which led to certain death for me. But the fact that she did pass away led me to sobriety. And here I am 5.5 years later. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't party. And it's such a hard thing to reckon with, that the love of my life dying may have been the reason that I am able to be a father to my children today. The only reason I'm able to be here with my family, to raise my kids, to see my kids grow up, is because this terrible tragedy took place. Otherwise, it would have been me. And I'm not sure whether this is guilt that I'm feeling or regret. And for a long time, I knew it was regret because I couldn't save her. I wasn't able to save Shelby. And you can't change the past. You know, and maybe it's just grief, long-lasting grief. And I process it a little more each day. I think about it, and the only thing I know to do is to be honest about it, to bring it up and to talk about it. And it's a terrifying feeling, but I'm so very thankful to still be here today. Shelby saved my life. She saved my life the day she got on the school bus for the first time. She saved my life just by allowing me to love her for so long. And inevitably, somehow, Shelby saved my life by dying. I will never forget the way Shelby laughed, man. She was such a special person. She was so unique and beautiful. And Shelby still saves my life every single day. I think about her every day of my life. And I'm so thankful that I got to spend the time that I got with her while she was here. Her life was short, but she brought so much happiness to so many people. And she will forever be one of the most important parts of my story in this world, and so many other people's as well. And I will love Shelby with every ounce of my heart till the day I leave this world. I hope to see her again. And until then, I will love her every day of my life. I love you, Shelby, and I miss you. And thank you for letting me love you. And I swear to you, with everything that I am, that I will never take another drink. I'll never put a needle in my arm. I will never put another powder in my nose because of Shelby. I will spend every day for the rest of my life being as alive as I can possibly be till I am no longer because of Shelby. There are no thanks big enough. Thank you.